If you have not joined me before, I am Debra Harrison with Simply Sweet and Ink Designs, and I love coming to you every Friday at 3 o'clock Central Standard Time to enjoy just a little bit of fun crafting to get your weekend kicked off. All right, I'm almost there, guys. Hang tight. One more screen, and then we will be there. That way I can see your comments. Okay, there we go. I'm a little bit delayed as far as the video because I'm like a little bit about 20 seconds ahead of you. But guys, welcome. Thanks for joining me. I'm really excited to share today's project with you. Hello, Donna, my sweet friend. Thanks for joining me. I love it that you're on with me. So guys, we're going to have a little playtime with the Honeybee Home bundle today. Now, earlier this week, I shared with you, well, I made a confession that I hoard adhesives, and I showed you my adhesive drawer. I'm going to make another confession. My drawer is not always that packed, okay? Normally, well, what happened this last time is I had an order I was putting in recently, and I was getting really close to some celebration rewards, like the next level. So I was like, I just needed a little bit more. I always can use adhesive, so I just added on some extra adhesive because I know I'll use it. I do have another confession for you. Many of y'all have not seen my craft area, so I'm going to give you a little sneak peek of what my area looks like, because with me doing YouTube lives and all my classes and events and stuff, you probably think that I have a crazy full room of craft supplies. And guys, confession, I really don't. I have very few craft supplies for the things that I do. So I'm going to share with you real quick, give you a little behind the scenes sneak peek of what my craft area looks like. Let me get rid of this banner so you can see it a little bit better. Let me transition over here real quick to give you a full view. So this is actually my craft space. I really don't have as much. Now, granted, I've got all my inks and my blends and all my craft papers, cardstock, because I need that to be able to design. But as far as stamp sets, I really don't have as much as people think I do. So anyway, I just thought it'd be fun for you to see my craft area. That's about 90% of my crafting supplies, believe it or not. So anyway, just thought I would share that with you as a fun little sneak peek behind the scenes. So guys, let's go ahead, and I want to get into today's project. And the reason I chose today's project with the Honeybee bundle is because many of you, when I asked you what is your favorite Stampin' Up! Product that you will say collect, right, is you told me designer series paper. So I thought I would share with you a fun way to use that designer series paper to make a gift bag with a little hanging card. Now I will tell you, the design came from Rhonda Way. She made this really beautiful larger gift bag with 2 pieces of 12 by 12 designer series paper. I did not have enough to be able to do that in the pattern that I wanted to, so I downsized it to make a smaller gift bag using a 3 by 3 little gift card right here, our little card right here. So anyway, it's just really fun little bag here, and it's got this little tag here, and what we're going to do is we're just going to slide that in and hang our card. So just really fun little project today. Also too, the Honeybee Home Bundle is the focus of my March Sweet Creations Club. I'll share more with you after we do today's project. If you're not familiar with this beautiful suite, let me get my stuff turned the correct way. It is part of the Heart and Home collection on page 58 and 59 of the United States catalog. Just really beautiful collection of products. And one of the papers, one of the products that we're using today is the Heart and Home Designer Series paper. Okay guys, I'm going to make another confession. When I was designing the March, I feel like I'm missing a paper. No, I'm not. It's all here. When I was designing the March Sweet Creations Club, I had a real challenge with this paper because the way I design, I like to use about 2 or 3 coordinating colors. And this is like a mix of all kinds of colors. It was hard to come up with things, but I did figure something out, and I just really like how it all turned out. So I'm excited to share with you later. Now on the back, we just have some really nice generic wood grain prints. And so anyway, we're going to play with this paper today. So let's go ahead. We're going to get started with one of the pieces of paper. Now this paper measures 9 by 12 inches. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my scoring tool. And guys, if you don't have one of these, I will put this on your wish list because it's an awesome tool to have. It makes crafting so much easier. Now what I'm going to do is, if you noticed on my bag, I have like a little 1-inch little seam here. And I want that 1-inch seam to be at the top. So I need to make sure that I position my wood grain over here on the left along, and have the 12-inch side along the top here. And I'm going to score at 1 inch because that will be my little 1-inch fold over. I'm going to move over here to 5 inches, 7 inches, and then again at 11 inches to give me the fold for the other side. Then I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees, and I'm going to score again at 2 inches, and then again at 7 inches. And that's all I need my score tool for. Hi, Tina. Thanks for joining me, friend. Okay, so we're going to do a little bit of snipping here. There are some score lines. I don't know if you'll be able to see them. You know what? Let me do a little burnishing so we can see this a little bit better. See all those score lines. All right. So we have here a score line right here, and I'm going to snip back to that 2-inch line, that score line there. Do the same thing for that. That's going to create one of the tabs for the bottom. And we're going to do the same thing on this other side. There we go. All right, that's all I need to do. So let's get the bone folder, and I'm going to just burnish all these, get nice crisp edges on all the score lines. And okay, so remember how I had that 1 inch for the top? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold that over. I'm going to burnish it. Do the same thing for the other side. Take it and burnish it. All right, so hopefully you can kind of see our template here. I've got my bottom pieces here. I've got my little flaps, and I've got these folded over. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to adhere the top and the bottom. And I'm going to do the same thing for the other end. Get that 1 inch little section and adhere down. All right, so now we're going to make our bag. All right, remember how we cut those little side pieces? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some adhesive on each side here. And I'm going to adhere it to one of the flaps. Okay, do y'all see that, guys? Okay, then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take and I'm going to add adhesive on these larger flaps. And this is going to be the outside section, side piece of our bag. So I'm going to reach in and I'm just going to kind of press down a little bit. Might take my bone folder, help me out a little bit. I'm going to do the same thing for the other side. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to set that off to the side, and then I am going to take a piece of fresh Freesia cardstock. Now this measures, and let me look on my cheat sheet here. Guys, for those who are on my email list, you know you're going to be getting this PDF project sheet in tomorrow's email. This piece measures 1.5 by 3 3/4. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my little Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, and we're going to do a little die cutting. Now I needed to be able to have like a little slit to be able to hang my card. So I kind of looked around my craft room. Now Rhonda Wade, who originally did this design with the bigger pieces of the designer series paper, she had a punch that she used. I wasn't lucky enough to have that punch, so I had to look around, and I did find this really narrow rectangle. Let me position it that way. I think it'll be easier. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay it down here, and I'm going to kind of line it up the best I can. And then we're going to run it through. Okay, now this is not going to be quite long enough, so I'm going to run it through again. And pop that out. We can save that for something else. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to line it up kind of in the little trough. And you can kind of feel it when it's in there. It kind of rests on each side. And then we're just going to bring it down a little bit so that we can extend the length of our little opening there. And then I'm going to run it through again. And as you can see, we've got a nice little opening for it now. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add some tear and tape along the top here. And then I'm just going to adhere it to the top of my bag. I don't want to put it here because I need to be able to slide my bag in and out. I won't be able to do that if it's too tight on there. See if I can get this off. There we go. All right. So we're just going to put this at the top of the bag, kind of center it. Now in the tutorial, I do have a link to Rhonda's video. Also too, I think I have it linked also in this video description. So if you want to go check out her bigger bag, really beautiful big bag if you need a larger bag. All right, so now we have the base for our bag. Now we're going to take a piece of thick basic white cardstock. This measures 3 by 6 and I just scored it in half at 3 inches. And then I'm going to take, from the stamp set, I'm going to use the sentiment that says Stay Wonderful. And I want to lay my card out and flat so that when I go to stamp it, it stamps correctly. I'm just put Stay Wonderful here in the upper right corner. And then guys, while I have my black ink pad out, I'm going to go ahead and stamp the Bumblebee and I'm going to let it start drying. Now the beautiful thing in the stamp set, there are like 3 different bees. There is one that's just full open wing, then there's one flying one direction and one flying the other direction. So I really like to have that versatility depending on how I want to design my particular project. All right, so I think we're done with that. What I want to do now is I'm going to take a piece of the Heart and Home Designer Series paper. This measures 1 by 3 inches, and I just want to glue it here at the bottom of the card. Okay, so now what I want to do is, I think this is probably dry, so I'm going to use these So Saffron Stampin' Blends. And guys, I'm not going to get real, fancy on this. I'm just going to color the body in the dark. And then I'm going to color the wings in the light So Saffron ink. All right, so what I would do is I would take the die, and I want to make sure that I choose the correct one. In this case, it would be this particular die from the bundle, and then I would die cut it out. Now I went ahead and I did that for us because it is a little bit tricky to line up because it is such a small little bee. So I've already got that one ready to go. Now I also too, I pulled from the die set, I pulled this really pretty floral stem, and I die cut out a stem in the fresh Freesia cardstock. So I'm just going to add just a little dab of glue and some little spots, and I'm going to adhere that on the left side of my card. There we go. All right, it's very, very thin, so it's kind of hard to work with. All right, so let's go ahead and add that right there, press down. And then guys, I'm going to take my bee and add a dimensional to the back. And then have my bee flying around. Just kind of overhanging a little bit on there. And then guys, that is the card, really simple. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to slide it right over. So I've got my gift bag and a card, but I want to do one more thing. And I want to add a handle to it. Actually, 2 more things. I'm going to add some bling to it too. We got to have some bling. All right, so I'm just going to take a hole punch And depending on what size hole punch you use will be how you need to do your ribbon. You may have to tie it off differently. For me, I'm using a relatively small hole punch, so I'm just going to stick my ribbon through, and I'm just going to kind of tie it over a couple of times. Now, if you have a bigger hole, you may have to do this more often, or you may have to tape it down or something, just depending on how big of a hole you have. All right, so I'm just going to get that, kind of a knot, good knot there. Then I'm going to do the same thing for the other side. Now the length of my ribbon, this is the Bumblebee Gingham ribbon, and it measures 14 inches, if you're wondering. I figured that was enough for me to get the length I needed, plus having to, when I go to tie it off and make a knot. Okay, those of you who joined me at Bunko, y'all are probably laughing because I had the same trouble with our project last month. I don't know why I can't get these in to the hole there. All right, let's try it one more time. There we go. I think. Okay. I think it's my nails. I'm not used to it. All right, there we go. Now our bag is done. Isn't that so cute? Use it for all kinds of fun little things. You know, when you go to, you make a card and you put it on your gift bag and you're like, where am I going to put it? And a lot of times we put it in, you know, we just kind of stick it to the front. Well, this is really a cute way to hang it. So it's part of the decoration for your bag. So you kind of get 2 in 1. So anyway, that is the project for today. Minus, oh my goodness, I forgot the bling. We got to have our bling. To me, this really just took this to the next level. So I'm going to take the Iridescent Rhinestones. I'm excited to share with you the March project that I just kind of forgot all about this. All right, so we're going to add some little bling here. There you go. That is what we needed. I love it. Isn't that beautiful? So pretty with all the little sparkles. All right, so that is the project for today. Now, I did want to share with you for March, if you are not familiar with my Sweet Creations Club, it is a monthly subscription club where you get a really fun pre-cut project packet with about $20 in Stampin' Up! Products, the PDF tutorial, and it includes first-class shipping for you. So really fun project you get every month. Then it is $39. Now you can subscribe monthly, and when you do, you also earn club perks, which is a lot of fun. You're going to get a welcome gift from me when you first subscribe. And then once you're in the club for 6 consecutive months, I send you a $25 gift in your 6-month packet. So it's a really fun way to be able to enjoy some crafting at your leisure and to be able to earn some really fun club perks. Now, the March Sweet Creations Club does focus on the Honeybee Home bundle to make 5 projects, which I'll share with you shortly. But if you don't want to subscribe to the club just yet, you just want to try it out, I do offer a non-subscription version. If you go check the video description, you'll find the link for the non-subscription club. And again, it's also $39, but it's only be for that 1 month so that you can try it out and kind of see what the club looks like and what the projects look like and all the goodies you get inside. All right, so here are the projects for the March Honeybee Home bundle. And just really beautiful. Part of what you'll be getting is a package of the doilies. You'll get the bolt of the ribbon and some of the designer series paper. I think you get like a half a pack of the Heart and Home designer series paper. You will want to have the Honeybee Home bundle to be able to make the projects. You'll also too want to have the black Memento ink pad, Saffron Stampin' Blends, and I recommend Balmy Blue Stampin' Blends as well. What else do I want to tell you on that? And obviously in a Misty Moonlight ink pad as well. And then of course your adhesive. So those are the 4 cards that are for the projects for the Honeybee Home. But there's also too a really fun little treat holder, a little hexagonal box. And it includes some candy. And yes, I will be sending you this lemon candy in your packet too. So guys, also too, don't forget, I really, really encourage you, check this out. I would love if you join Stampin' Up! so many people who join my team, they're always surprised. There's like a whole nother world when you're part of the Stampin' Up! Family. And right now, Stampin' Up! Is letting you select 2 free stamp sets of your choice when you join. So for $99, you're going to get to $125 in products that you choose. Those 2 free stamp sets, you're going to get free catalogs, early access to things, and you can also save 20% on your future purchases for at least 3 months. So guys, go check out my blog and you can get all the information there on joining. And I would love if you were part of my Simply Sweet Stampers team. Also too, guys, I do have a few spots left for Bunko. Normally this fills up every month, but this month we had some players who weren't able to play. So if you would like to join us, it is going to be this coming Tuesday, February 15th from 6 to 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. It's on Zoom, so anybody in the United States can play with us. And now getting your packet to you probably won't get your packet in time, but you can, the project packet, when you do receive it, you can just put the projects together on your own. So guys, thanks for joining me. I love that you're on with me, friends, and I look forward to crafting again with you next Friday. Take care. Bye, guys.